cold open. I'm at my desk, 3:14 p.m., that terrible work spike. My hand already halfway to the cookie jar. I stop, I take a breath. What if instead of another cookie, I had one small bite that actually calmed me? Today we're trying exactly that. 3 tiny flavor anchors and a slow sip routine that you can make in 5 minutes. Trust the process. This is where it gets interesting.
Welcome back to Earthy Remedy, your place for natural remedies and real food. I'm Fiona, and with Samnang today, we'll walk through a 12-minute mindful flavor protocol that blends science, tradition, and 2 cook-along demos. We'll also give you a printable microtrial tracker in the show notes so you can test this safely for 2 weeks.
And I'm Samnang. Quick safety note before we dive. These ideas are food first, low dose, and not meant to replace clinical care. If you are currently in treatment for an eating disorder, please check the show notes for non-eating alternatives like breathing and hand massage. We'll flag contraindications as we go.
Okay, introductions. Dr. Maya Singh is a nutritional psychologist who studies how taste and pacing shape urges. Welcome, Maya.
Thanks so much for having me. I love practical strategies, and I'm excited to share how small sensory shifts can change what your body and brain do when stress hits.
And Leon Ortega is a culinary herbalist who translates tasting rituals into kitchen-friendly microplates. Hi, Leon. So glad you're here.
Hi, everyone. Joy to be here. I can't wait to walk listeners through tiny flavor anchors that pack a big nervous system nudge.
Before we start, quick roadmap. First, we explain why stress drives snacking. Then Maya will share the evidence for paced eating and sensory rituals. Leon will connect the science to cultural tasting practices. Then we'll do 2 demos you can follow along with, the calm bite plate and a slow sip plus paced bite sequence. Sound good?
Sounds perfect. I'll weave in safety notes as we go, especially for folks on medications or those with a history of disordered eating.
Why stress drives snacking. Quick version. When we're stressed, cortisol and adrenaline rise. Blood sugar can fluctuate, and the brain seeks quick reward. Taste is a shortcut into those reward pathways. But taste also talks to the vagus nerve, the rest and digest pathway, especially when eating is slow and sensory rich. That's why pacing matters.
I love that image. Taste as a shortcut. So when I'm reaching for chips, it's not a moral failure. It's biology asking for a quick reward. That's something we can work with, not against.
Exactly. The research shows that slowing bites and increasing sensory focus reduces urge intensity. There's also evidence that small amounts of bitter or acidic flavors can shift autonomic tone, meaning you can get a calming effect without a big meal. The mechanism is multi-part: sensory signaling, oral receptors that influence satiety hormones, and psychological reappraisal when a ritual is introduced.
Let's make that concrete. A paced sequence, sip, microbite, pause, notice, gives your body time to register fullness signals and gives your brain a moment to downgrade the alarm. That's bioavailable behavior change, small steps that actually alter physiology.
Segment 2, Evidence and Behavior Change. Maya, can you break down 1 or 2 studies listeners can relate to? Keep it practical.
Sure. One line of studies compared fast, distracted eating to mindful, paced eating. People who ate slowly reported lower urge intensity and tended to eat less later that day. Other work shows that introducing a small sensory ritual, 3 distinct tastes, or a warm sip reduces cortisol responses in acute stress tasks. None of these are magic, but combined, they reliably lower immediate reactive snacking and help retrain habit loops over weeks.
And importantly, the effect size grows when the sensory inputs are chosen intentionally, like bitters to stimulate digestive signaling, acid for a refreshing reset, and umami for savory satisfaction. That's where Leon's culinary lens comes in.
Across cultures, tasting rituals use bitters, sourness, and umami to close meals, reset the palate, or calm the stomach. In Southeast Asia, a small bitter leaf sometimes accompanies heavy meals. In Mediterranean cuisines, a lemon spritz or preserved lemon scrap brightens and signals completion. Umami, think toasted seeds or aged cheese, satisfies that savory craving with small amounts. The key is culinary doses, tiny, intentional flavors, not medicinal amounts.
Love that. Okay, bridge. Listeners, grab a small plate, a teaspoon, a timer, or your phone, and one of the sips we'll suggest. Keep it single serve so this feels approachable, not like prepping a whole meal.
For Demo A, the calm bite plate, I'll read ingredients slowly. Pause after each if you want to gather them. 1 small bitter leaf, or a thin slice of radicchio or endive. Mild bitterness to engage the gut. 1 teaspoon of pickled citrus peel, or a tiny scrap of preserved lemon. Acid to refresh. 1 teaspoon of toasted umami seeds, like sesame or toasted sunflower seeds with a pinch of sea salt. Savory satisfaction. Optional, a tiny smear of ripe avocado to add fat if you want more mouthfeel.
While you collect them, a quick note on substitutions. If you don't have preserved lemon, a thin twist of lemon peel lightly pickled in a splash of vinegar works. No seeds? A small dab of miso on a spoon will give umami. These are low-cost and accessible swaps.
Step 1. On your small plate, place the bitter leaf. Step 2. Add the preserved lemon scrap near the leaf. Just a small piece, so it's a flavor pop, not overpowering. Step 3. Sprinkle the toasted seeds in a tiny pile. Step 4. If using avocado, a pea-sized smear. Step 5. Bring a small spoon and set a timer for 2 minutes for the first sequence.
Sensory cues as you plate. Notice color, feel of the leaf, the citrus aroma. This primes the senses before you taste. Already a calming move.
Now, the mini ritual. Step 1. Take 1 small sip of plain water, or the calming sip we'll make later. Step 2. Place the bitter leaf in your mouth, close your lips, and chew slowly once. Pause and breathe. Step 3. Take a tiny piece of preserved lemon and let it sit on your tongue for 4 to 5 seconds. Notice the acid. Step 4. Have a morsel of the toasted seeds. End with a mindful breath. We'll repeat this sequence twice, pausing between each microbite.
Segment 5, Demo B, Slow Sip plus Paced Bite Sequence. Here's a simple calming infusion you can make hot or cold. Option A, chamomile plus lemon balm infusion. Ingredients: 1 cup water, 1 tablespoon dried chamomile or 1 chamomile tea bag, 1 teaspoon dried lemon balm or a small fresh sprig. Steep for 5 minutes off the boil. Option B, if you want warming support, a warm ginger lemon sip. 1 cup water, 3 thin slices fresh ginger, simmered gently for 4 minutes, then a squeeze of lemon and a half teaspoon honey if you like. Both are culinary doses, gentle and short-term.
Make your sip now if you can. We'll do a guided 12-minute sequence pairing small sips with microbites from your calm bite plate. You can also do the sequence without food, just the sip and mindful pauses.
Guided sequence. All lead pacing cues. If you're driving or unable to cook, follow along mentally. Step 1. Hold your cup. Breathe in slowly. Exhale. Take a small warm sip, about a tablespoon. Notice temperature and aroma. Step 2. Wait 30 seconds. Notice urge intensity on a scale of 1 to 10. Step 3. Take a microbite from the bitter leaf. Chew slowly twice. Step 4. Pause 45 seconds. Breathe. Step 5. Take another small sip. Step 6. Try the preserved lemon scrap. Let it sit and notice saliva, the brightness. Step 7. Pause a full minute. Step 8. Take the toasted seed. Chew slowly. Savor umami. Repeat this cycle for 12 minutes total, alternating sips and macrobites, and journal the urge score after the sequence. Sensory prompts to notice the warmth on your hands, the steam aroma, the first hit of bitterness, the mouth-coating umami. These tactile cues help shift attention away from the story that says you need a snack and toward biology, what your body is actually doing.
Bridge, storage and serving tips. Make a single calm bite plate in under 5 minutes. For the infusion, keep leftovers in the fridge for up to 24 hours and rewarm gently. Use loose ingredients or tea bags, both are fine.
2-week microtrial and tracking. Try one ritual once a day when you notice a reactive urge, either the calm bite or the slow sip. Track 3 simple metrics each day: urge intensity before the ritual, 1 to 10, number of snacking episodes after the ritual, and perceived calm, 1 to 10. Do this for 2 weeks. Observe trends, not perfection. If urges stay high or if the ritual increases preoccupation with food, stop and consult a clinician. This is observational. Collect data, then bring it to a trusted professional if needed.
Quick stop rules to notice. If practicing increases anxiety about food, if you find yourself ritualizing in a way that feels controlling, or if your clinician has advised against paced eating exercises, pause and choose a non-eating sensory tool instead: breathwork, a hand massage, or aromatherapy.
Safety, contraindications, and accessibility. A few culinary safety notes. Keep bitter choices mild. Radicchio or endive works fine. Avoid concentrated bitter extracts. For people on anticoagulants, very high amounts of turmeric or certain herbal pickles could be an issue. Our on-air recipes are culinary and low dose, but check with a clinician or pharmacist if you're regularly consuming herbs. Pregnancy and breastfeeding. Stick to tiny culinary amounts and consult your provider if unsure. We'll list medication interaction categories in the show notes.
Accessibility tips. No preserved lemon? Use a small twist of lemon peel and a splash of vinegar. No chamomile? Try rooibos for a caffeine-free warm sip. If you're low resource, a slice of apple, a tiny smear of nut butter, and a lemon peel can be an effective trio. Same flavor principles, different ingredients.
A final safety note on disordered eating. This protocol is framed as stress regulation, not weight control. If you have current or past eating disorder concerns, check the show notes for non-eating alternatives and consider trying the microtrial with a clinician's support. Healing work often needs a guide.
Reflection and encouragement. What to take away? 1. Taste and pacing are tools you can use immediately. 2. Small, repeated rituals can change how your body responds to stress. 3. Track the effects over 2 weeks and be kind to yourself in the process.
Start small. Try the calm bite this week when you notice a work spike. Notice what changes. Not to judge, but to learn. You've got this.
We'd love to hear how it goes. Try one ritual this week. Tag @EarthyRemedy with a 15 to 60-second voice note or a photo of your calm bite plate, and download the printable microtrial tracker and recipe cards in our show notes. Thanks to Maya and Leon for joining us. This was practical and lovely.
Thank you. My encouragement is to experiment with curiosity. Data plus compassion beats willpower every time. Thanks all. Enjoy making small, delicious rituals. Notice the tiny differences. Those are the seeds of change.
Listen to your body. Trust the earth. Feel the difference. We'll see you next episode.